guys. So just for the record, I have been affected again with all of these lines, AI technology, mechanical. I don't know what this is. This is hardware in my body. This is not, aging lines or wrinkles or anything like that. I have not authorized or consented anyone to put this in my throat. I don't know what's causing it. My voice comes out like a fucking old ass man, like low, growly voice 1 second, and then the next second it's back to normal. I don't consent. Just like the last video I made where I was begging for this to stop. Same thing. So I was physically assaulted by a woman yesterday for doing literally nothing wrong, standing inside the front entrance to the Marianos on Western, where an old lady took it upon herself to grab me and try to pull me. And this is the second time in this plaza that I have been grabbed and assaulted. And this is at Western and Roscoe. So I have a very real issue with this entire demographic. These individuals have been intermittently stalking me, harassing me, name calling me, and doing many, many other things that have caused me a significant amount of harm. This is the same demographic where I wake up in the mornings and it appears as though all of the women are whores, dressing, acting like whores. I choose not to use that word when I'm in control of my own vernacular and verbiage and speech. This is some version of hell where they've allowed most of the people to go crazy. They're under some sort of nefarious third-party control, despite the fact that I have been promised non-predatory environments and situations only. This continues to go on. And so I am concerned. Yesterday, they honed my eye in on the logo for the UFC, and then they allowed this woman to put her hands on me. So with regards to the cyborg eye or whatever the fuck is going on here, how do I tap out of this? I changed my profile picture. If you look up in the corner and reference, it's literally me being bent over backward because I have literally been living my life bent over backward to do whatever it is expected of me from demographic to demographic to just have a tolerable set of circumstances. I am very numbed most of the time. I don't do drugs. Thank you for asking. But I would happily accept some ecstasy pills, MDMA. What else would I accept happily? I think those are the only two that I would happily accept. I don't smoke weed. I don't do cocaine. I don't do heroin or crack or anything like that. However, I have been living in the opposite of ecstasy for every single day for the last many, many, many days. And so I am at my end of suffering, where they have nefariously, maliciously taken over my body on a number of occasions to cut my legs, cut my arms. By cut, I mean with a scissor, knife, razor, cut my body parts, make me bleed. They've starved me. They've withheld me food, resources, assistance, whatever you could imagine. And then they say that they want me to pawn my necklace. Let me show you guys something. So in the last 10 years of working, the last 2.5 years after they stole Weston out of my womb, my son, and I've been working every single day, I have this 18 karat gold chain from Kohl's that cost about $40. And I have this pendant that's real gold that was $150 that says Mama, which is what my children called me when they were young, who I've been separated from for 6 years. And then this is a Pandora pendant that says family on it. Okay. This entire thing here, you might be able to get $30 for at a pawn shop. Maybe. but they're bullying me to pawn my chain. It says mama on it. It reminds me of my children. What is wrong with you people? What is fucking wrong with you? They're trying to bully me to get onto the subway. Do you know how long I've worked to get off of the subway? They are physically assaulting me in mixed company. They are forcing these women that look like they are, I don't know, still drunk from the night before to expose their bodies, vaginas, rear ends. This is not the line for me. It's never going to be the line for me. Even if I decided today that I would just turn into an escort, that I would just be a professional courtier and take individuals out on dates for high, I don't know, $200 to $500 high value amounts per hour and show them the city and maybe or maybe not engage in some sort of explicit behavior with them, I would still not be showing my vagina or my rear in the street or parking lot. I would still not be antagonizing others, putting my hands on people, or being blatantly disrespectful. So I continue to question who's in charge here. How do we remove them from circulation indefinitely so that there is no demographic that is going to the store at 7 o'clock in the morning, purchasing a 24-pack of beer and a bottle of alcohol. Mariano's needs to be fined for physically assaulting me yesterday, as well as serving alcohol at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. So that's number 2. So far we've got a list of multiple things. Number 1, they're putting these things back into my throat so that someone else can speak from the tone that they want to speak. Number 2, they're selling alcohol and permitting physical assault at the Mariano's in Roscoe Village. And number 3, they have been consistently threatening to steal my belongings, my money, my vehicle. They already stole my apartment and are currently squatting in it, 1055 West Granville, apartment number 207. No law enforcement has done much of any fucking thing. I, just as recently as yesterday, followed up on the reports that I've been filing. This is the United States of America, 2026. I'm Heather Gillespie. I have been giving consistent reports on here, consistently, since 2019 about this. Coco.chanel.ysl. Chanel spelled CHANELLE.YSL. That account grew to approximately 30,000 followers and was removed from circulation on Easter 2024 while I sat in the church and the church members looked down on me because it was admitted on the line through everyone that I've engaged in oral sex before. So no one wanted to allow me to take a sip of wine from the glass because in my almost 4 decades of existence, I admitted to having had engaged in oral sex before. Not out loud, not in conversation, not just of my own free will. They extracted that information from me, from my experience, circulated it to the church members, and then made me feel like I was disgusting and gross for over a year. Did things to cause me to physically want to reject my own self and die. And they've forced me to live here for 6+ years. So I have begged, I have pleaded, I have done the right thing, I have done the wrong thing, I have done every fucking thing in between. What needs to be known on the record is that I have been consistent and non-deceptive since day one in my reporting of the things that these people, places, situations have been permitted to do to me and others. As I've seen, I have not been thanked, I have not been paid, and as a matter of fact, ow, please stop. And as a matter of fact, I would like everyone involved in this to be indicted and charged. And as a matter of fact, my credit card was stolen. The very first credit card I was ever given in my entire life. So I have been alive now for almost 4 decades, locked in at an eternal youthful 29 years old. As was promised by my med spa and my higher authority, I will never be permitted to age past 29 years old. That's where I will stay indefinitely. Mindset, other than intelligence, as well as physical appearance. And with that being said, upon approval for my first credit card for the amount of approximately $3,000, it was either $2,000 or $3,000. When the credit card finally arrived and I got $300, they stole it and they used the entire thing, and I still haven't been given a refund. And they have affected my credit negatively over it, and they are trying to assess some sort of percentage of interest with original balance for the $300 to make me pay close to $500 to get the $300 balance off. So they have destroyed my life repeatedly. I have been repeatedly promised that this type of behavior would no longer be permitted. They have been permitted to sexually assault me, physically assault me, starve me, and harm me in a number of other ways. And now they will get what they deserve. And that was never my design. So I don't threaten people. I don't harm people. I don't know how to use a weapon. I don't know how to fight. I've never been in a fist fight in my entire life. I didn't even attempt to harm that person when they put their arms on my body and grabbed me and broke my purse strap and did several other things. And you know what? More power to me, I guess. That's what it's supposed to be. Be who you are. Don't be who they want you to be. Don't respond to their abuse with more abuse. Right? Isn't that, insert your cliche bullshit ass fucking statement right there? Look the other way while they starve you, use all of your money, alienate you and separate you from your loved ones, leave you without food, shelter, money. Right? I've gone to work every day. 2 weeks ago from this past Monday was the last day that I've been working 7 out of 7 days of the week. For almost 2 years or a little over 2 years. Prior to that, I was working full-time, 36 to 40 hours a week at the Ping Pong Bar, Spin, Chicago. And that's not a directive. I'm not looking for you to make up lies or be deceptive. The name of the Ping Pong Social Club was SPIN. And it is in the same plaza as the House of Blues and Hotel Chicago, in the basement level on the State Street side of the street. I don't know. I don't have anything left. They stole everything. They have my baby. They've taken so much money from me. I can't handle it anymore. You know. So. I just want to remind everyone that this was never my fault. I didn't do this. I didn't conceal any of this. I didn't plan any of this. I've been doing nothing but fucking surviving. So, thank you all to the higher authority who did not show up to me, for me. Thank you to the alleged movie producers who continue to insert women who kind of fit my description into income-generated positions where they're able to make money and I am only able to suffer. Thank you to the higher authority who promised that I would never be subjected to predatory sets of circumstances or environments ever again, for being a fucking lying piece of shit. And thank you to everyone else involved who has basically just been a party to my pain and suffering while doing an active, not a goddamn thing to make it stop and prevent it from being a recurring theme. And to whoever does the audio that's in my ears and my throat, it fucking hurts. There's a loud screeching noise coming from my left ear when I try to blow my nose. There's a tremendous amount of pressure in both of my eardrums. I don't know who's doing this or how or why or what this is. It hurts a lot. I don't consent. I don't want to be a part of this. I hope that whatever needs to happen to you people so that you can be forced to understand my situation. And when I say you people, I mean every person who has ever fucking breathed a bad word about me. I have been the kindest, most patient. For anyone who's ever said I need to be patient. 14 years old was the age I was when I got my first work permit and started working for the goal of buying my first house. 26 years. Patience has never been the problem. So, as I said before, please remove me from the line where these malicious fucking crazy shits are permitted to happen. Please never put me back there ever again. Please get out of my way and permit me to use my skills in sales, marketing, personal driving, intelligence, articulation, communication, lead development, brand management, website development, new business development, healthcare administration. To earn a fucking fair living. Is this an example of sanctions when everyone else said that that doesn't exist? How about you give me a budget for food and a safe place to live? Right? Oh my God. Whoa. What a fucking crazy revelation that is. But yeah, if you go back to my previous videos, there is an experience where I have gone on record to discuss all of the ways that these people have harmed me before. Where they would stalk me with bits of information, where they would create mental connections to physical or visual cues in an effort to cause the perceived issue of a regression of post-traumatic stress disorder, because this demographic has some hard-on for calling people mentally unwell rather than calling the situation what it actually is, which is a pre-constructed collusion and effort to harm an innocent woman repeatedly. And then they need to take the license plates and identities of each individual who's engaging in this behavior, because we have cameras all around this parking structure. And then they need to build a case. And then from building a case, they need to prosecute. And then if those individuals are still not permitted or able to behave in a way that is acceptable, what they need to do is purchase a BB gun from Walmart, a metal pellet BB gun, or Amazon. And each and every time those individuals get into the way, come up close to your bumper, flash their headlights. This is if the police are unwilling to be of assistance when a woman is being assaulted in the last 2 days, starved, forced out of her job, bullied, stalked, and harassed. And which one of those 7 things is not on record with video evidence as having had taken place at least a number of times over the last 6-7 years. Not a single one of them. They've all been documented for 7 fucking years at least. 6.5 maybe in some circles. So yeah, I would say I've got a pretty long list of video. And here's the thing, even when those churchgoers, those people overcompensating for whatever fuckery they were involved in by claiming to be people of the church, even when those churchgoers were making me feel that way and they disconnected my first Instagram, they failed to understand that there are not just individuals who still have that, but it's on the internet forever, even once it's deleted. It's in the digital footprint. So you're guilty. You guys have always been guilty. I don't want to be a part of any more teams that are dedicated to proving anyone else's guilt. I want to be a part of teams who get me, my children, and get us the fuck away from that and that and that and that and all of this disgusting, fucking worthless, pathetic shit. That's what I want. And as I said before, for all the people stalking, following, harming, looking for a plug on their brand, trying to get on someone's webcam or video camera while they're fucking crying and suffering and begging for the shit to stop so that their hoodie can get a little play, bury them deep. And as I was saying with regards to the headlights and beeping and bumper checking and all of those other things, stalking, harassing, surrounding people with hostile individuals who are seemingly chasing them wherever they go to Walmart or Amazon. No, I will not be doing this. I cannot afford it. But there are definitely those of you who work in, we already know. Are we going to keep quoting Drake when he said, 10 of us were moving as one? I'm so proud of who you've become. We can keep referencing that line, but we know that there are teams of you moving around in one identity and in one individual name. You guys would be the ones who would be responsible for doing that, right? Not me. I don't fucking know how to protect myself from these individuals if I do that. But you guys, though, you can definitely handle it. So if the police are not being responsive and you are being harassed, etc., and so forth, starved, bullied, all of that, as I said, I would definitely feel like it would be a pertinent next step to go ahead and get one of those BB guns, metal pellet, and anytime someone in their vehicle, whether a rental or their own vehicle, is approaching you closely in an antagonistic, predatory, environmental, malicious, perceived violent or likelihood of escalating to violent way, you should simply use the metal pellet a BB gun to shatter their front or back windshield. And that will clearly identify them as the perpetrator and permit you time to get away. Okay? So that is my best advice. I have no better advice. I don't live on this line of communication or existence. I find these individuals to be overall grotesque and very difficult to get along with. My physical body, my voice, my mind, my soul, my morals, my values, my belief systems all 100% reject this environment and this demographic completely and totally. So that's where I'm at. I'm Heather Gillespie. Very clearly, I'm most certainly not the one with the issues in this set of circumstances and in this environment. As I said before, we have a very consistent, long trail of videos, very long trail of videos of me proving that they've been following me, that they've been stalking me, that they have sexually assaulted me on a number of occasions, that they have stolen my apartment and are currently squatting in my apartment at 1055 West Granville. That's Broadway in Granville, apartment number 207. And that the rest of the individuals there are squatting, they're not paying rent. They promised to return my almost $23,000 that I paid in rent at that building. They said that they were going to give me the money back so that I could go and have, a down payment on a house and disappear from this fucking predatory set of circumstances. And instead, what they did was they started fucking with me, forced me to sleep in my car for the last 4 weeks on the side of the road with no access to a safe place to live, stole my baby 3 days out of the womb, and have limited or altogether inhibited communication with the rest of my family members. Period. That's it. I don't have any play for that individual. They're a low-life scumbag loser. That's it. That person who you're referencing, I won't name them. That's their ego. I won't name them. They asked me to engage in a number of various activities for my own well-being, of which they deemed I would be protected and safe, starting first and foremost with hiding in their basement. I arrived at that person's home in a state of shock. I was mostly unconscious for the first, I would say, 7 to 9 days that I was there. Then I woke up ravenously hungry, had a meal. That person gave me approximately $1,000 for my children's Christmas gifts. I went to TJ Maxx, Marshall's, all the stores, and purchased them as many Christmas gifts as I could. And then I came back and that person said, you should, this is spanning over a period of approximately 2 months. That person said, you should find an apartment. My mom said, I need to get you an apartment. And I found the apartment at Montclair, moved into that apartment, and 3 months or 4 months after that is when that nuclear technology woman that I used to work with at Parag Doshi's Cardiovascular Institute batter-rammed and bludgeoned my fucking door down. So that's it. That's what I've been dealing with. That's what I've been subjected to. And now I'm going to go into the store as a tax-paying, law-abiding citizen of this country who has resided in the Chicago or surrounding suburbs since she was 14 years old, working and contributing, paying taxes, and supporting the local economy since the age of 14. So I hope that you guys have a great day. Okay, good morning, you guys. So just for the record, I have been affected again with all of these lines, AI technology, mechanical. I don't know what this is. This is hardware in my body. This is not, aging lines or wrinkles.